Hi there, I'm Justin Lamb. You've probably been watching me for the last 99 non-alcoholic beer reviews. What a ride. What a trip. It's been crazy, right? And here we are, number 100. Now, this guy, we've had it on here before, technically. In fact, here's a little Happy Every Hour bottle opener. Oh, and right there at the bottom, Gravitas. It only comes out once a year, and it's pricey. It's also the only beer that comes in a 9.4 ounce bottle. What does that equal? I don't know. Something. 20 something? You'd think it'd be 22, but it's not. It's more than that. But every year it's a little different. In fact, let me give you a little history. Gravitas by Bravus Brewing out of California annually comes out around Thanksgiving is order time, and then you get it the first, second week of December. And it's a barrel-aged bourbon stout. Now, in the alcoholic world, you can get barrel-aged bourbon stouts anywhere. They're very popular. They've been around for years now. In the non-alcoholic space, it almost seems counterintuitive. Bourbon barrel-aged beers are typically high alcohol content, and creating one in the non-alcoholic space, I mean, I personally didn't think it would be possible. But for the fourth year, Bravus has been doing this. And Bravus, by the way, first to have a non-alcoholic peanut butter stout, and first to have a barrel-aged bourbon stout. Now, if you've watched the review of this before, I believe it was the Gravitas 3 last year. This is 4. And it was a little mapley, a little on the sweet side. This is my last bottle of Gravitas. It's a limited per household amount you can get. And I think they really hit the nail on the head this year. But let's experience it real time together. They do recommend this sits out for about 25 minutes before you do that. Happy Every Hour for the 100th time. Look at that. Right when you open that bottle, the oaky bourbon. Beautiful, beautiful. Aromatic notes. There's the maple, the vanilla, but this year more than any other, and I've had it all 4 years, really brings out the bourbon. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do, a little behind the scenes. Normally, after I record these, I take a little picture for Instagram. I'm going to do that right now. It'll be a part of history here. Fantastic. You know what? Let's do a little selfie too. Selfie time, selfie time. You can see rich black color. Beautiful brown head. And it's just a boozy vanilla aroma. There's a rich chocolate that kind of coats the sides of your tongue, but then right down the center, there's this perfect taste of bourbon. Now, a lot of people in the non-alcoholic world uh, might struggle with that taste. You know, it's because it's the taste of bourbon. And it's funny, in the spirits, non-alcoholic spirits, your Kentucky 74 bourbon, Ritual does a whiskey. A lot of them are trying to capture this flavor. And when I drink alcohol, all I would do is drink beers, craft beers, and then single malt scotch, occasionally a bourbon. And I drank that neat, maybe with ice. And there's not really a replacement for that in the non-alcoholic world. So, even though this is the fourth iteration of this, the previous three didn't really hit the bourbon notes where I thought I would have liked them. So I didn't think I would ever have this taste again without drinking alcohol. And I cannot I cannot tell you how perfect the entire flavor profile of this beer is. We're talking, like, if you are a fan of Founders and you would go to get the Canadian Breakfast Stout, the CBS, right? There's a whole launch day, go to the brewery, it's insane. This is that. They did it without alcohol. To the point where the first one of these I drank, I was making a joke or acting a fool, as I've known to do. And my wife pointed it out. She's like, "You're goofy." And I had to think for a second. I was like, "Oh my God, is there alcohol in this?" And thankfully, there's not. But it's that good. Like, they hit it on the nose. So that part's great. I think my one beef with this beer is it proves, and I think I've said this before, never have I meant it more than with this. It proves that they can do it, right? They can make this beer. They have the capability to do so. Furthermore, they don't make it more than once a year. And these are $35 a bottle. So I'll tell you what, though, if you made 12-ounce cans, which would be half of this, and charged 10 or 15 bucks a can and made it year round, probably still sell it. I'd still buy it. So something to think about, Bravus, because you've proven that this can be done. Also, like, looking at you, Athletic Brewing, who was just given $50 million minority stake by Dr. Pepper. Like, you guys can make this in the non-alcoholic world. There is a demand for it. I'm guessing otherwise, you know, Keurig Dr. Pepper wouldn't have invested $50 million in Athletic Brewing. The market's out there. It can be done. This is absolute perfection for this style. So my beef is, why is this not more available by more people year round? It's right there. If you're watching this and you're a home brewer and you know how to do this, make it. You can make a fortune, because there's such a demand for this. It's perfect. It's perfection in a bottle, and now in a glass. Full disclosure too, I wanted to have this review done before New Year's Eve, and I couldn't do it because there wasn't a time for me to do it, for me to drink this where I was drinking it intentionally and not just for a review, because I treasure it so much that I want it to be in a whole occasion. So here we are. Happy New Year. I hope you get a chance to try this, and if not this year, well, I guess this year. If not right now, in 11 months, I hope you get a chance to try this. And I hope they don't fuck up the recipe, and it's just the same for Gravitas 5 as it is for 4, because this is perfection. Go check it out. And I'll tell you, I just got an email today too from Bravus that they have their double hop IPA again, which was also very delicious. I'm not actually a fan of their like flagship IPA, but their double dry hopped IPA is amazing. So check that out too. That's all. I'm gonna go enjoy this. Thanks for 100 reviews. The subscribers, the viewers, the breweries, 100 different non-alcoholic craft beers. So if you ever wanted to quit drinking or cut back on drinking and thought that there might be a speed bump with what your selection would be, I don't think that can be an excuse anymore. Cheers to 2023. Happy New Year.